I'm trying to figure out how AEW came up with TBS.
Because
the channel. Just the channel.
Yeah.
So, no, but WWE hops around too much.
The Peacock Championship.
Yeah.
Discovery.
The Netflix Championship.
The Netflix and Chill Championship.
You had this chill, yeah? Behave yourself.
The Netflix and Chill.
Yeah, no, WWE beach.
Welcome to another episode of Tea and Tussle.
Woo!
It has been a very busy past few months for us, but we obviously, in those months, there was a bit of a missing component. There was, it wasn't the trios that we usually knew, the trio championships. It was the tag team championships for a bit, but now we're back to our trio goods. Welcome back, Natalie! Woo!
Not me trying to control my face so it doesn't go into a cheesy grin.
I'm screaming.
But yes.
I'm glad I was missed.
You were indeed
you
missed. You were missed. Like I said, it was a gaping hole. Pause.
Why are you pausing, bro? This ain't Restings. What's going on? You don't do that.
Oh my god, shout out to Restings on reaching
congratulations.
250 episodes. Oh my god, so
Wishing
much love.
you 250 more.
Exactly, so much love to our brother counterparts over there, wishing them the best. Like, we're their biggest fans ever, and like just endless love. And, we went on their episode recently and, flowers were being exchanged. Like, go to them and just continue celebrating who they are and what they've achieved. And just, enjoy wrestling for what it is, man. For who the people it gives to you. I think what I really loved about October, it was, despite there not being celebrations around black wrestlers and, black history in general, I thought that there was a collective sort of, community amongst ourselves.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That just, we celebrated each other. We, embraced each other. We acknowledged each other's talents and what we bring into the wrestling community and what we're trying to achieve in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though it is Black History Month is over, still continue to celebrate all your wrestlers, all your local wrestlers. Please, please, please go to the local shows, buy the merchandise, tweet them, at them, just spread love and joy across the nation.
Even when the companies don't want to do it, you should do it.
Yeah, you should do it.
You should do it. You should be the shining example that these companies should look to. And that's the bottom line. Because I said so. But anyway, let us get into the wrestling tea. What is the tea? You ask us.
Is there even really tea?
So obviously, Natalie, you've been gone for some time, and like I said, you might as well have stayed on that boat.
No, honestly, because
for context, I went on a cruise.
Yeah, she went on a cruise.
And you should have stayed on that cruise.
Across the Pacific Ocean. Was it the Pacific Ocean or what is it, the Atlantic? Is it the Pacific?
No, I think it's the Atlantic. Oh, don't be quoting me on this.
Our lack of geographical skills are showing you.
Look, no, don't be quoting me.
Hey, I got a B in GCSE.
I did not even.
It's not even just that.
Excuse me, aren't you the geography graduate here?
I was just going to be like first class geography, but geography isn't about geography. I did other stuff.
It's
It's
true.
about tectonic plates
I
and
didn't
rocks
do that.
and rocks.
Sedimentary rocks.
Sedimentary rocks and sucks.
I stopped environmental science in second year. So,
Wait, what kind of geography did you do?
Because my dissertation focused on humans moving within spatial necessities.
There's a
ended up being
certain word
human.
for that, but I've forgotten what it is.
Okay, I'm sure
I've forgotten. It will come out.
It will come out. But so I did a split degree, so it was equal human, equal physical. But because my dissertation was going to be human, I graduated with a human geography degree.
You got a smart babe over here.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna double check where my cruise went.
God, I know she ended up in the Caribbean.
I did end up.
It
in the
was
Caribbean.
one ocean.
One ocean, one of them, the Pacific. I feel like it's the Atlantic.
I did say Atlantic, but
I feel like the Pacific is Asia.
The offices are not helping me, or I have no signal.
Damn.
Well,
I'm going to say it's Pacific, and we'll leave it at that.
Anyway, correct us if we're wrong in the comments. Just tell us, is it the Pacific or is it the Atlantic? I feel like the Atlantic, because it's America. And then the Pacific is Pacific Asia.
I think it's that.
Anyway, moving on to wrestling tea. Like, that is the magnitude of wrestling tea that we have today. Like, the geographical, like, I'm telling you, the tea in wrestling right now
it's niche.
is nothing.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Like, there is nothing going on. Like, I'm sure there is stuff going on, but there's nothing worth talking about.
At least there's nothing worth talking about that we want to talk about.
Exactly, because like
everything to me,
it's the Atlantic.
I done told you.
I did say it was the Atlantic too.
I did tell you.
Everything in wrestling right now is just silly.
It's just
is it
very
that
silly.
bad?
I don't even know if the word is bad per se. It's just,
oh my god, I feel like
it's just nothing.
there's nothing going
Wait,
on.
okay, walk me through it, because my excuse, obviously, for not really paying attention is that I've had no Wi-Fi for 3 weeks, and so like I've not really understood what's been going on, and I've come back to all sorts of stuff. That being said, actually, to be fair, I've not been quite interested to go back. It sounds really bad.
There you go.
There's the answer.
There you go.
There's the answer.
I kind of like looked and I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, I'll watch. Oh yeah, I like had a chance to watch Crown Jewel. I caught the last hour because I got signal.
Yeah.
And then I can't tell you what happened. I don't think my mind was actually truly there.
I think where I started to realize that it started to lose its sort of interest is SummerSlam for me.
Oh,
What happened at
whoa.
SummerSlam?
SummerSlam,
Oh my god, what happened at SummerSlam?
that, you know,
Roman
returned.
Reigns returned.
And I think from then on, it just
To be
sort
fair,
of went...
I'm not a big Roman Reigns.
No, but
Guys,
that's the defining moment for
Yeah.
me where it just started to get, okay, wrestling is entering its filler. Filler. The rest of it is going to be filler now. It's going to be filler until we move to Netflix.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, nothing is making sense. Nothing is coherent.
Is that across all promotions?
Both of them.
WWE, AEW, New Japan's
Japan.
been sucking since
For
Kingdom
time.
Come. Stardom, I don't even know what they're doing over there. Literally, I'm telling you this now. Like,
I don't
nothing.
have any interest to watch anything, and if I watch something, I'm just like I don't care. Like I don't care in the slightest. But back to news, I guess. So we now have a United States Women's Championship. That's going on.
I saw that.
You know, the
girls on SmackDown, they've been killing.
they've been killing it, and
Yeah.
as the,
That's the better brand.
That's
literally.
always been the better
That's
brand.
the better brand.
Literally.
Raw, I don't know for you.
Raw hasn't been good
Keep
since
calling themselves the A show. You're the Z show, bro.
the Z show.
The Z
Raw
show.
has not been good since.
When did we start saying Z like Americans?
I don't care.
You know, we're spicing things up today. But like, you know,
So if you want to
literally-
talk about British dialect and R&B.
Oh, you're gonna talk about flow. Let's move on.
Interesting topics are at hand.
literally, like,
Oh my god.
honestly, Raw has not been popping since, I don't know, Ruthless Aggression. That's been a
Very
long,
specific.
that's a very long time. Like,
So
Raw,
they're gonna have to try really hard with you come January with Netflix, where they'll probably
Yeah.
start populating Raw with everyone and stuff. And to be honest, in my head, that will probably make SmackDown better, because the last time that happened, we got the SmackDown 6. So
and remind us who the SmackDown 6 is.
Becky
Chuck-
Lynch. Wait, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about SmackDown 6.
Oh, I thought you were talking about SmackDown Women's 6.
Okay.
SmackDown's Women's 6 as
Yeah.
well. No, but I was thinking just in general with like with Raw versus SmackDown in that sense. But yeah, shout out SmackDown Women's 6, because actually that was quite good.
I do miss that element of, I guess that kind of gets us into the territory of, like, you know, wrestling right now is not as popping as it used to be, and it kind of,
For us.
for us, I mean, I don't know about y'all over there, but for us right now, like, the elements of, like, wrestling in general has just not been popping for us. Keyword for us. And I kind of just miss that. You've just literally briefly touched on it now. I kind of do miss that element of it being SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah.
And I remember some, like, them capitalizing on that. They released probably one of the best series of wrestling games based on that whole concept of SmackDown versus Raw. Raw being the Raw brand where the adult entertainment is happening,
It's
where
so
all the
true, but like every time I talk about Survivor Series being Raw versus SmackDown,
Yeah.
everybody comes to hate on me, and I'm like, bro, the SmackDown versus Raw Survivor Series matches are one of the best Survivor Series pay-per-views that were going. Like,
So you
and
prefer brand supremacy?
I prefer brand supremacy. Even when NXT came in, they did SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT. That was great.
That was great.
That was real
SmackDown
wrestling.
versus Raw versus ECW.
That was great.
That
yeah.
was great. It kind of like makes you invested, and it kind of like you see who the superior brand is. Everybody,
Yeah,
I
and
think
what the brand has to offer.
everybody likes a bit of competition.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
everybody likes a bit of hierarchy. Well, everyone likes a bit of. We live in a very hierarchical kind of like society, and sometimes
I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
That there's no competition.
there's no
Because
competition.
like if we talk about how they've integrated war games into Survivor Series, it's not a competition. It's just, oh, I want to fight you. I want to fight you. This is my team. This is my team, and then that's it. Like if we're talking about the women's one right now, which is I don't like the teams.
I'm sure we'll
by the
get
way.
to that at some point.
But the women's is Team Liv versus Team Rhea, and I'm like, this is not a competition. Like, I feel like war games should be a competition.
Yeah, it should definitely.
I don't
be.
think war games should be tied to a pay per view.
I don't.
I don't think.
I
war
don't-
games should
I don't like-
exist.
No, war games as a concept is good.
I don't like it as a concept.
I
Never
enjoy
have.
it.
Never enjoyed
Why
it.
don't you like it now? What has? Wait, have you always not liked it?
I've never liked it from the get-go.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it makes any type of sense whatsoever. I mean, shout out to Dusty Rhodes for, finding that concept and creating it. But was it Dusty Rhodes?
It was
Probably.
Dusty.
Yeah, but other than that, I just don't find the concept
I
very
think-
appealing. I don't find it very interesting.
I like it
doesn't
when it's
make
an
any
NXT
sense.
exclusive.
The NXT exclusive were great, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the concept of the match, I enjoy it when the match actually starts. When the match is just waiting for everybody to enter the
Yeah,
ring, it's
it's not
long.
That doesn't
It's
make any sense.
long.
It does not make any sense.
It's
to me.
not
Because it's
interesting.
like that match could actually just go on for like an hour.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It doesn't make any sense.
But
to me.
I definitely enjoyed it a lot more when it was in NXT, and we had a lot more interesting moments, and you can pretty much see the ongoing storylines within who was part of War Games, and it wasn't that the lead of each team were the only ones who were feuding.
Yeah.
Every single
Person
one was feuding.
fighting, yeah.
Now it's just a bit like, oh, okay.
And I guess it works in an NXT concept because it's one brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they're all feud. It makes sense for people to just come together and just feud each other. Now, again, when you bring it would have been great if it was Raw versus SmackDown War Games, where we can turn around and say, look, the champion.
These are the 6 best of Raw. These are the 6 best of SmackDown.
Let's
just
put them in the
yeah.
ring together, and who's the bigger brand. And again, we did talk about how in the past that was the best part about Survivor Series. I remember John Cena coming to the ring, yeah. Guys, it's a Survivor Series time. Let's put away our differences and let's focus on being the superior brand. That is what I miss about
And when they
the brand.
wore their own branded
When
t-shirts.
they wore their
Right.
branded t-shirts, or they could have grown on the concept where they integrate the brand into their ring attire, so they
Yeah.
still had their individuality and how they sort of like see themselves in the company, but just representing Raw, because that's what I miss. It's like, I guess that ties into your human geography. It's like, it just like all of you, you're all enemies, but you have that one common ground. We are part of this brand, and we need to focus on making our brand a bigger brand. Because I'm coming, like, obviously we grew up in the times when it was big, like Raw versus SmackDown. Raw was Raw, SmackDown was SmackDown. There was times when people, like Raw invasion arcs, where
Yeah.
people would just come from Raw one day into SmackDown. They would tear up the backstage
Bro, this is what I'm talking
and
about.
then just show up in the
But
ring.
arguably, they've not been doing
Do
that
you
for
remember,
a long time.
like, during when it was Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT? NXT literally invaded Raw and SmackDown. I remember clearly Bianca Belair beating up everybody's asses for no reason, but she was whooping them as if they took her dog or something.
Literally, my favorite invasion ever was the ECW one. ECW invasion. It's like when RVD won the championship and he said, "Yo, I'm bringing back ECW."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, all the
them man
ECW
came.
originals came in and took shit down.
But so then, like, answer me this, because I'm quite curious, because obviously Survivor Series hadn't always been like that. And then once they started creating the brand supremacy for Survivor Series, they kind of stopped around 2022. So remember when they had bragging rights?
Yeah.
And that ended up being
like Raw
the
versus
supremacy. So the argument that I've seen from people is that Survivor Series is supposed to be a big four pay-per-view. And because of the number of years where they started doing brand supremacy, but there was just no fluidity to any of that. So like suddenly all these people were forced together, and you would be seeing people you never saw before for ages and stuff, who were deemed insignificant at the time, suddenly caring about being on the brand. And because they kept on like, do you remember that bit where suddenly it was like people were free agents running around, but suddenly they were in a Survivor Series team? So what makes your interest in brand supremacy different now? Like, why do you want it back so bad?
Because it just adds that dimension that is really missing in the WWE right now. It really adds that, like I said, that it's a story. It's like an added. It's a safe story for Survivor Series, because we all grew up knowing that Survivor Series was this brand versus that brand, and again, it's losing its element as a big four, because it's missing that. Because that's when the brand really matters. Do you get what I'm saying? Like in the other three kind of like other big four. So you got Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. The brand split is not really prominent. Nobody really cares too tough. I mean, I guess you could say for WrestleMania, whoever had the main event was the superior brand, I guess. And whoever won the Royal Rumble, Raw went home with a win or whatever. But Survivor Series is where it really and truly kind of like happened. And it was really like something you were looking forward to, because it was like, oh, let's say, for example, Roman Reigns was on Raw brand and Cody Rhodes is on SmackDown. It's the one time of the year you get to see them together in a tag team capacity. Do you get what I'm saying? They're leading their tag teams. They're just.
I think it's like what AJ said before about this idea of a common ground, and you loving the fact that your brand is Raw or your brand is SmackDown. I feel like that means something to me. I don't even know why or what, like the words for it, but it's like you love this brand so much that you will fight for it to the death. I think that's something that's really missing, especially because people can just jump from here. It's too much. Stay on your brand.
It's a shame, because they're technically already sowing the seeds where we have general managers back again, and we have two really good general managers with great personalities. But what they need to do throughout the year is sow those seeds amongst the wrestlers. About, you are on Raw, I chose you to be on Raw, and that leads to the draft as well. Where like, remember like how the draft used to be and how it used to be a big deal, and like it used to be like a lotto bidding thing and stuff, and they would be on the side. So they need to like, in order to ensure that this brand supremacy is aligned and flows throughout the year, so when it comes to Survivor Series, it doesn't feel off per se. They need to instill it in every single aspect with the wrestling. But no, that's interesting. I was just curious, because it's like, I'm seeing loads of people who really hate it. I've never met people who are really into brand supremacy.
I love it.
I do. Like I said, I like there being a common ground. I like there being something to fight for. I love depth of storyline. I like the fact that there's something to work towards. I like this. Let's put aside our differences and let's focus on the thing. We can kill each other at the end of after.
And even then, you will still have storylines within the match, because people are on, like, let's say the Raw side will still be beefing each other, but like silently.
Right.
So like you can still embed it, but I just miss it.
Okay, so then let me take it back to the women's new US title.
Yeah.
One of my thoughts with that is that I would prefer that to be an exclusive brand title rather than a hopping title.
I think it will be, because they're doing a tournament right now.
Okay.
And all the people in the tournament are SmackDown people, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
And I think because of like the promos that they've been doing on Raw, they might do an Intercontinental Women's Championship on Raw.
Interesting.
Yeah. But that's a possibility. Hey. So, I don't know the facts.
Right. So how do you feel about that? Because I also had a thought where I would have I might prefer more exclusive women's titles and not just the male version.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, when I was excited for a second, and then I remembered what the tag team titles had been like, and I was like, oh, how are they gonna do this?
My thing is like, what would the championship be called?
So brings me to, on the game, people have had the opportunity to create new belts. I don't know what it would be called, but I've seen people's sort of like submissions for it. I saw one called the Liberty title, which I'm like, I don't like, but I understand.
Fight for freedom.
I understand.
America, I believe in you.
It's like Statue of Liberty and blah blah blah.
God,
The Liberty title.
you know who would love that title? Lacey Evans.
I know.
Would
Lacey
love that.
Evans. I did think about that, but I'm just thinking like, in the same way, someone also I saw online years ago actually, someone in the debates of like, should women have a mid-card title, someone said, why don't you bring back some of the retired titles?
Yeah, so some girl
and
was
keep
like,
them exclusively for women, so like
like
the
the-
European one.
Yeah.
there should
Yes,
be. Someone
that should
said
be-
they should bring out the Divas title and keep it as like a mid-card title.
I wouldn't even mind that. I think why not? Why not? And let Chelsea Green be the first
I
one to
said
win the
that too.
Divas. If they do
eat that
bring her
up.
out, let
Yeah.
Chelsea
She
be the one.
would.
Chelsea or what's her name? Tiffany.
Yeah.
Just the pink on. Oh, that would have been great during Barbie. They could have capitalized on that.
She wasn't on the main roster during.
Oh yeah, true. It doesn't matter. They could have brought her early.
No, definitely. I do like that idea of bringing like the retired ones, especially. But it would only be like the European one, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, light heavyweight, unless you change it to featherweight, but then you don't really want to start bringing weights into.
Oh yeah, the whole cruiserweight.
Yeah, like because it's hard for women because I mean, in the past
Oh.
they've had a bit of weight issue.
I would eat up a women's cruiserweight division there. I feel like I'd have so much fun watching that. That would be so cool.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, I'm trying to figure out how AEW came up with TBS.
I
'Cause the channel.
Just the
'cause
channel.
Yeah.
the channel, the
So,
TBS
well, no, but
channel, the
WWE
network.
hops
I mean,
around too much.
The Peacock
so-
Championship.
Yeah.
the Discovery.
The Netflix
The
championship.
Netflix and Chill Championship.
You had this chill, yeah. Behave
Lol.
yourself.
The Netflix and Chill.
Yeah, no, WWE be changing their deals so much, so suddenly it'll be USA and suddenly it'll be Netflix, so they can't do that.
It's not happening.
and
It's
stuff.
not happening.
It's not happening.
Okay.
No, but I do like. Yeah, I think that's a great. That does. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be linked to the men's per se.
Yeah, it's just the names. I'm like, I don't know what they would call them. But back to the United States Championship.
I mean, so who do you think are the front runners of the?
I have 4 people.
Okay.
No, I have 3 people. One of them is just there, just to be there.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, the final should be Naomi versus Chelsea, but Chelsea wins.
Oh, you want Chelsea to win? I want Naomi to win.
Naomi should win the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
I want that to happen for her. It's like, give it to her. But I have other options for the finals. I have Bailey versus Naomi, but Naomi wins.
Wait, who?
Bailey.
Get the
No,
full
wait.
horsewoman out of this.
Wait,
God
wait,
have
wait,
mercy
wait, wait, wait,
upon
wait,
my
wait, wait.
goddamn
That's just.
soul.
I hear it, but
I
there's
see.
other options. There's other options.
Wait,
I
calm
see.
down, calm down.
You would
Anyways,
hate my idea.
then
then
I
increase
have Chelsea Green versus Mishin. I don't know who I would want to win between those two, and I also have Naomi versus
Bianca.
nope.
Jade.
Nope. I don't want either of them in the finals.
You don't want any
No,
of them.
don't want to see it.
I just want Naomi to win, but I did have a thought before this whole tournament thing. I did have a thought if they really wanted to make, they're bringing sort of like the women's equivalent to the men's championships, and it's like almost like trying to push some of that legacy onto that, right? If they really wanted to solidify this legacy, they would put a seasoned person.
See, I hate this argument though.
Do you really
I
think?
hate this argument. It pisses me off.
But
this
so
is why
I
I said Bailey versus Naomi,
freaking-
but Naomi should
No, but
win.
so in my
Love it.
head, Naomi is the seasoned person
Naomi's
in
the
this
seasoned
tournament.
Okay. Oh,
In this tournament,
Naomi-
Naomi
if it-
would be the seasoned
Naomi
person.
and Michin are the only 2 seasoned people who deserve to win
What do
this
you mean by
title.
seasoned?
Naomi's been in WWE the way longest out of all of them who are in this.
Okay,
ring.
from that aspect, I hear it.
Like get rid of Bailey from full. Naomi
no, but I
is
feel like
seasoned.
when most people say seasoned, they say Bailey.
No, I don't want Bailey. In fact, even if we didn't have the tournament, right? This is so bad. I would take a returning Charlotte or Becky.
If Becky goes near that championship,
Wait.
I will walk out
I would
of
take
Tea and
it
Tussle.
for
I'm
them.
telling you this. I will I will put my boots in the middle of this
wait.
table and I will walk away and I will never watch
Oh my
wrestling
God.
again. I do not want to see any of the
four
four
Charlotte,
women touch this
Look, okay,
championship.
it's very rare for me to want to see Charlotte because I
don't wanna see
can't
Charlotte.
I don't wanna see
stand.
Charlotte.
I cannot stand seeing Charlotte just grab titles. But the reason why I say it is because I almost want them to mirror it to John Cena's USA title run.
That's different though. I hear
Yeah.
what you're saying, but that's different because the US title had already been about for ages.
No, I get that. But it's just more of having someone seasoned and credible to make it. I'm not saying that they will have it for long. I don't want it to be as long as John Cena's. Literally, I want them to drop it after a month. I'm not even joking. But like, if they really wanted to make it credible, they would do it that way. In this sense, I'm mirroring it to the tournament. I don't want to see Bayley win it. Even out of the 4 horsewomen, I wouldn't have wanted to see Bayley win it. I want to see Naomi win it. My fun choice would be Chelsea. But I feel like Chelsea... They don't see Chelsea how I see Chelsea.
If they want to give it to someone's season, give it to Naomi. Cool.
Yeah.
If they want to make it for somebody who's upcoming and doing their thing, give it to Chelsea.
You guys look so pissed off.
The only reason why I said Bayley and Naomi in the finals is because they want someone who's been about for ages, I guess, to do. But I don't want her to win. I don't even want her to be in the finals.
I don't want to see them in a matchup. I'm tired. It's boring.
What, Bayley and Naomi?
Bayley and Naomi. I'm tired.
Wait, so how is the matchups going? Because actually, would they actually meet each other?
They would.
Unfortunately.
They would, yeah.
Who's the other?
Naomi's on the other side. Bayley's on this side.
Oh, they would meet each
They've
other.
had their run-ins in the past, and I'm just like,
Well, can't it be Naomi versus Bianca?
I don't want Bianca near it either.
Yeah, but she won't win it. Naomi will still win it. But
No.
let her focus on the tag team.
Like,
She's doing well.
let her focus on the tag team title.
She's doing very well
true.
in the tag team division, and they really, if they're gonna,
I'm just thinking about what would be a good match at the end of it.
If Bayley,
anything could be a good match, but
Bayley and
the
Naomi
prospects.
is tired. It's tired.
But they have good matches. I can't lie.
It's tired. I'm tired. I'm bored. I'm bored. I am so bored.
If Naomi wins, she will be 1 away from a Triple Crown record. Because
And-
obviously they've added the belt now.
And do you know what? I think Naomi, I think if anybody is more credible to win this title, it is Naomi. Naomi's my first pick.
This girl's been losing.
Yeah, so it'll be a nice
She hasn't
story.
had a title in 7 years.
7. Yeah, it will give it to her. Oh yeah, give it to
and
her.
honestly, like I said, like her being the inaugural champion, great. It adds to her legacy because, again, Naomi, we've said this before. Naomi has always been the bridesmaid, never the bride, and let her have her bride moment. If you want to tell me Bayley wins down the line, that's fine.
That's eventually.
Like 600 wins
I
later, then of course Bayley take the title.
I would rather that be like way like
Like,
in the way
way
like
later.
Becky. Not that I really enjoyed it, but in the way when Becky suddenly became NXT, that was just way later. in
Way
the line.
later.
Naomi,
Thank
Chelsea,
you.
Yeah.
Misha, Tiffany,
Yeah.
Bayley, Letitia, Sean, Arnez, and Alicia. Like, give it to me, DMX style.
What?
Tell me
Before you even
about
get that.
3 Kims, Latoya, Tina. I don't want to hear anything about Bayley being champion in any of the 5 successions that happens in the US title. Take that woman. Like I said, she's the 100th winner.
I'm screaming.
100th winner.
How many stars in the US
Girl.
title? In the US flag, she's number 52.
You know what?
53.
Go rogue. Give it to Lash Legend.
Give it to Lash Legend.
And let me
Now
call
you're
it a
talking.
day.
Now you're talking.
Give
This
it to
is
Lash.
This is sports
Give it to
entertainment.
Lash.
This is the kind.
Give it
This
to
is
Lash.
what the mid card title
It should be
be
for new and up and coming.
Thank
Not
you
even
very
new,
much.
but just up and coming. And
Yeah,
people
give it to Lash.
People who haven't been given the chance.
Thank
Hell,
you
give
very
it to
much.
Sexy Red after
Thank you
this.
very much, Bayley. You know what the problem is? Give it to Sexy Red. Give it to Sexy Red. Give it to America's champion, America's sweetheart.
Give it
if
to
we
Sexy
want to
Red.
throw in shenanigans, do WWE shenanigans. Give it to Sexy Red.
it to Sexy
Give it
Red,
to a
bro.
celebrity. Give it to a fucking celebrity, and she pins. I don't know. Charlotte. Oh, no. Never do that to Charlotte.
Don't-
But do you get what I mean? Like, don't.
It's
If we're gonna
okay.
establish a mid-card title, keep it mid-card. Sorry, the 4 horsewomen have put themselves in a horseshoe that they're gonna stay with women's champions for the rest of their lives. Like,
Was a horseshoe this?
literally, they've
What
put
kind of
themselves-
horseshoe is it?
Literally, they've put themselves
like a
there.
star.
Stay as like nobody should. None of those ones. Let's
Yeah.
keep it mid-card.
If they want to win it down the line, okay, fine. But
Thank you very much.
inaugural, I don't want that. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
I can't have that.
I don't want to see Becky. I don't want to see Charlotte. I don't want to see
Becky is coming back, by the
She
way.
is. Go back. Go
That's
get
nice.
the women's championship. championship.
Yeah.
Go.
But please,
Take it off, Rhea.
take me
Take
away
it
from
off.
Rhea and Liv. I'm
Take me away
tired.
from
Okay,
Yeah,
no, so
Liv.
actually, let's get into that, back into the War Games bit, because I was just thinking to myself, and then, again, this goes back to tying in what you guys have been saying. It's okay, we're getting there, it's okay. Brand supremacy. One thing that annoys me, which is actually why the US title would be a little bit nice, because I was looking at the lineup now that I'm back. Why are all the champions in this match?
See.
Land. Land. Go on.
Wait, are you against it? Or
No,
you
I'm
with
with
me?
you.
Land.
I'm with you.
For the millions of people that are watching, land.
Ask again.
Ask the question again.
Why are all the women's
43 marks. At Excel. No, this is the
No, ask them.
Ask them again.
Ask them again.
Why are all the women's championships?
Be specific. The main.
Oh, yeah. Why are the main women's champions in this War Games match? And why are they on the same team?
Ask them again.
For 43 marks at
45
Excel.
marks at Excel.
At Excel. Points. Explanation. Example, Evaluation.
Link. In fact.
It's a good question. In fact, that is the whole paper.
What?
This will determine whether you get aced.
No, because do you know how stupid you sound? It's a lose-lose situation.
I know.
If they lose, both of them are losers.
It's really embarrassing. And also, again, it negates this. So we're talking about creating storylines that aren't focused on the main champions. You've put every single champion in this War Games match. So, and then also really, like, I was trying to figure out the link because EO is there to be the high flyer.
You're asking another question again.
Oh yeah, can I get 100 UMS?
For 10 marks.
The next question is,
For 10
why
marks.
is
EO
EO
there?
teaming with Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade?
So EO's there to jump in the trash
She's
can.
doing that's it. She's doing high five
Yeah.
because logically
That's what she would do. That's what she would do.
because logically it makes no sense. EO, who was in damage control,
I
I was
know.
beefing Bianca
I
with
know.
Bailey from year out. Why are you there, bro? Why are you there? You see how you people don't have sense? You have sense. There's no logic that applies to it. Now, who was just recently beefing Liv Morgan, why are you there? You're telling me that no one else on Raw could have been a part of Team Liv?
Guys, can we clarify who the teams are? Okay, so who's leading?
Right, so you on Team Rhea, because guess what? Rhea Ripley's back after 3 weeks.
Yeah, Rhea's back.
Yeah,
She came back last night.
Surprise. Shock
Wow.
horror. Shock horror. Wow. Surprise. Rhea. You got Rhea. You've got Bianca. You've got Jade. You've got Io. And you've got Naomi. Alright, yeah, cool. Powerhouses. Yeah. Strength. The strength of the Black Panther is there. Wow. Silliness. I don't like this. It's so stupid.
Oh my god. That
Anyways.
line as well, the strength of the Black
You will not come and kill me today.
Wait, are you doing Forrest Whitaker's fake accent as well?
No.
That crappy accent.
He said, "Whoa, what is it good for?
Absolutely nothing." Anyways, on team Liv's side, you've got Liv, Raquel, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae.
Also, okay, I previously liked Raquel, but should Raquel actually be there after the mess that she caused?
No offense to Raquel, but she's useless.
No, she really is. She really is.
I've commented on this for like 2 months now. She's the most useless bodyguard I've ever seen in my life.
She really is. I can't believe I'm saying this. I miss it when she just showed us her back.
I don't even miss that. That was silly as well.
It was silly, but it's better than this.
Oh,
Her and those stupid glasses that she wears.
The women's team is
Pants.
Wait, run
Diabolical.
me through Liv's team again, sorry.
Liv, Raquel, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae. Yeah.
Candice?
Candice LeRae.
Because she's been hanging out with Nia Jax and Tiffany. You know why?
Since when?
It's because you want to have the original people who've been in War Games, which is Candice LeRae and Io Sky, to do.
And so
That's all they're there for. They're not there for any other reason other than that. That's why it doesn't make any sense.
Well, but that makes no sense because Rhea's been in War Games.
Yeah. Her, yeah.
So they could have just used Rhea and called it a day.
Rhea's there on her team.
Rhea's there on her team.
No, as in like, like Rhea's obviously the head of the team and then have like, you didn't need EO, you didn't need...
Yeah.
and
But they
stuff.
need somebody
if
to
they
jump.
if they really want originals.
They need
They need
somebody.
They need somebody. They need somebody to jump on a trash can.
Yeah,
And
like I said,
Io
Io. It'll be
Io's
Io.
gonna be the one.
She's
to
gonna
do
lose
that.
that spot how many times?
Everybody would cheer. Wow!
Wow, this is awesome.
As if you've never seen it before.
Oh my God.
4 years in a row, you've seen the same spot. Are you not tired?
It's so true. It's so true.
And again, it just, oh my God, the fact that you've got literally all the chat, this lazy ass.
It's lazy.
what was the
lazy
last
booking.
War Games? Was that Becky and Charlotte when they suddenly were friends again?
Yeah,
Who else was in that?
don't remember. I just remember that.
I have a feeling Rhea was also there.
I think she was. Yeah, I think she was on the other side.
Bianca was there. Io was obviously there.
I just remember Becky being the only one not wearing pink in that match. Everybody else was wearing pink, and then she was just wearing all black.
Why?
Don't know.
She just wanted
Oh wait, breast cancer?
No, this was just gear wise.
It's
Oh.
just gear wise. They just
Okay.
decided.
Yeah.
They just decided.
They just
to-
didn't invite her to the
To the club.
party, yeah.
To the club.
We in the
Sorry.
club.
We are fair.
We not
Apparently
all fair.
except for you, Becky Lynch.
Apparently not.
No, but this, like I said, this War Games in terms of the women's is just lazy, lackluster booking. It's just
man.
again feeding on this whole.
And if
notion
anybody
of-
wants to tell me, oh, the story is there, the story is there.
The story's boring.
Liv and Raquel beefing Bianca and Jade. I don't care. What's Naomi doing? Who's she fighting?
You're allowed to tell the to tell a story, but I'm allowed to say that the story is shit.
It's shit.
Like I'm allowed to say that the story is pants and boring and ongoing for 250 million years. Like like
My thing is though, these lot made it out as if Rio was going to be out for ages.
That whole blood thing.
I know
3 weeks.
I know you've been quite vocal about the NXT women should have had.
I
the
think,
NXT should have had the
I
War
think
Games.
instead of doing that 5-on-5 match that they did, they should have done it in
In
War
War
Games.
Games.
It would have made so much more sense.
To be fair, it'll probably be a better match too.
It would have been a better match.
Probably would
And
be.
I think personally, like I think if they were running out of people to actually kind of
Bring in the NXT.
Bring it
bring in the
NXT.
NXT girls, I'm sorry, Roxanne Perez, get in there.
I'm
Julia,
I'm
get in
sure
there.
you know the fatal influence could be siding with Liv. That they could do their shit.
Yeah.
Kalani could be on Rhea's team. I don't know why.
I
but
definitely think that's a concept.
I
that
don't
they
know why.
I definitely think that's a concept they should bring into future sort of War Games matches. Like we have, you each team has 5. Yeah, 3 of them come from the main roster, but then you got 2 NXT prospects.
Imagine
That show that
they already did this in NXT because I remember there was one War Games match where they brought in Kevin Owens.
Yeah, they did.
Fantastic.
They did.
fantastic, and the
And the
main
whole house
roster
went down.
And they won as well.
and
Yeah.
the main roster person leads that team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like I said, I do like the one thing I do like about NXT is that I fucking love it when they bring a main roster person to sort of mentor them, because that is NXT. NXT is the developmental brand, but in order for you to develop, you need somebody. This is life. This is work. This is school. This is training. In any aspect of your real life, if you want to be real life, you bring in somebody more experienced to train you. And this is what I think that they should do for the next War Games. Bring in an NXT, a promising NXT prospect. That way you switch it up. We get to see, those people who don't have access to NXT. They see, oh, this is someone from that brand.
Yeah.
They get to be on the main roster, because I fucking love what that done for Jakara and Lash Legend,
Yeah.
that crown jewel.
But even
Loved it.
the NXT prospects that they already brought to the main roster, they're not doing anything. Like you could have had Lyra in War Games, but you just decide, why is Io there?
It's like, why EO?
We told you before, she's there to jump in the trash can.
What are you not getting? Why is it not sticking into your brain?
Feed into your
Hey,
brain.
how many times must I think somebody needs to jump on a trash can?
Oh,
Fair enough.
yeah.
But yeah, but that
But you're so right.
that
It
War
goes
Games
back to the
makes
brand
no sense.
supremacy again as well, because then you could have had, obviously, like the whole point of War Games is that you don't know it's War Games until suddenly it's War Games and stuff. But you could have people traveling to NXT to just scout the crowd.
Yeah. Instead, you have people like Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Jimmy asking
Yes.
random people to join their team.
Oh, you know what? I haven't even paid attention to the men's. I've been focused to the
The
women's.
men's.
The men's.
What's the other side?
So you
'Cause
have
it's
you have
bloodline,
the
isn't it?
bloodline plus Bronson Reed, and then you have the OG bloodline plus possibly Seth Rollins.
I was gonna say if Bronson's on the other side, then it has to be Seth.
It's Steph and Seth. They've been like, Steph has been like, oh, I don't trust this guy. This guy's pissed me off. Da 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 da. I don't even know why.
Yeah, what was it? Crown Jewel. He was saying he was a monster.
You were
Like-
you were the one that whacked him in the back. So,
Oh no!
Really and truly, why are you angry?
Do you know, for me,
Why are you pissed off?
personally, where they went wrong in this whole bloodline story is that they introduced Roman too early. Roman should have
been a lone wolf.
Roman should have showed his face in SummerSlam and then never just say, I'm back, but I'm not here to join you guys. Just say, Crown Jewel ruined it for me. He should have been the secret, what's the word? He should have been what's the thing on the bus the hammer? You know, the safety.
Oh,
the safety.
okay, yeah.
He should have been like the AK-47 that they were hiding under the table. Do you get what I'm saying? He should have been the red button. Like,
I'm screaming.
the OG
The red
bloodline.
button.
Think about it this way. It should have been like, new bloodline. They had their team ready, established, done and dusted.
Oh, you wanted
Okay,
Roman.
I see your point.
I see it.
He should have been the one that be like, we have to call him.
We have to call him.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
He should have. Like, it should have been Jimmy and Jay. Let them have their mom. When Roman went, Jimmy and Jay should have had their time to mend their differences.
Yeah.
Absolutely mend it to make sense. Not just I show up somewhere and
Yeah.
and, I give you a look and then we're suddenly brothers in
No,
hand.
yeet.
No,
Fuck
we
off.
use this time that Roman's gone. Okay, Roman's gone. Let's work it out.
Let's actually have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation without the looming kind of
Presence that is Roman
presence that
Reigns.
is us, that has come between us. And then that should have been a concept at Crown Jewel where they lost, to the new bloodline without Roman's interference or involvement whatsoever. War Games comes now. And then they go, okay, the GMs go to the boys like, look here, guys, I really want us to win this War Games. And, I need you two to work together. And they work together. They go to Sami Zayn. They say, Sami Zayn, yes, we need you. We've had things in the past. They find another member. Then they're really struggling. They're really, the new bloodline, they've got their team. They're ready. They're confident. They're overzealous. They're ready. They're like, yeah, we're done and dusted. We're not... Promos after promos. These guys, maybe Paul Heyman shows up here and there. They're cool and they say, guys, we need to
It's gotta happen.
Yeah.
We need to. And then, but every week they kind of tease that they're begging this guy, because at first Roman's reluctant. They're begging this guy. Can you please come? Then the time comes at actual War Games and it's like, oh, you guys haven't got a team. No, we're just gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to make do with what we have. I'm sure that we can do it. Then the last person is Roman. That would have been, for me, the return of a century.
Right.
That would have been okay. I am locked into Survivor Series.
Right. You know what? Yeah, I hear it.
Because right now it just feels like Law and Order. It feels like a TV show. When he was on the phone and then he called Paul Heyman and then Paul Heyman didn't reply and then he just dropped his phone. It felt like a Law and Order episode. It's like that's something out of a crazy, or like EastEnders, like
like the
EastEnders,
dun-dun.
yeah.
Diff. I said dun.
Dun.
God. You know what? I'll take it even further. Roman returns.
I wouldn't even haven't had him appear at SummerSlam.
You wouldn't even
Yeah,
have him
that's
appear.
what I
So
said.
yeah, that's what
That's what I
I'm
said.
saying.
I
Yeah,
I thought you said.
No,
I said no. But Roman returns at War Games, Survivor Series and stuff. But you know how at the end they think, oh, that's it, we're all together, we're brothers and blah, blah, blah. Roman's still like a lone wolf and he walks away. It's like they're all celebrating, they try to include him and he's like, nope. And he walks away and continue to create that enigmatic sort of presence with him.
And then the match happens. They're all doing stuff.
Yeah.
They're fighting. Everybody's pinning each other. And then Roman comes in at the last minute. Superman punch. And then he walks out by himself.
and he does, and it's fine. And so, because I don't really know what's been happening, but like how I understand it, Roman hasn't taken any accountability for all the crap he's done. So rather than have them all band together now, it should literally be Roman should stand 10 toes deep on the fact that he's not taking any accountability and be a lone wolf and not even acknowledge any of them. He's just doing it because he's the original, what's it called? Tribal chief. He's the original tribal chief and he's reclaiming his name, but that doesn't mean he's doing it with you lot.
Yeah, thank you very much. Focus on what is making you the tribal chief.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
You started this as yourself. By yourself, I mean.
You literally started this by yourself.
Finish it by yourself.
Finish it by yourself. Find other ways to do it. Like, you don't even have to necessarily show up only at the pay-per-views. Royal Rumble.
Because this whole thing has just been pants.
Triple H, are you hearing this? Book us. Let us book your show.
Facts. Unless you're giving me more than 100k, I don't want to hear it.
It's so true. It's so true.
Like that's how personally I would have booked it.
So you're doing you're doing silliness.
But either way, we're looking forward to Survivor. Okay, we're not looking forward to Survivor Series. Like, literally, apart from the other war games, like literally the war games matches, I just can't think of anything.
Wait, so
else
we don't have champion except for
No, you have Damien versus Gunter.
anything else?
That's all I know.
Nothing's booked.
nothing. Like I said, nothing worth being.
What's
invested
Cody
in.
doing?
Me and Cody. He's probably no. Actually, I lied. So he's facing Kevin Owens at Saturday night main event.
Oh, and that's gonna lead to something. Okay, cool.
Is LA Knight doing anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
That'll be the highlight of my night.
That literally be the highlight.
And
but-
if you want us to speak on AEW, yeah, I don't have anything to say about that show.
Oh my god! Okay, by the time this episode will be released, Full Gear is happening.
Oh
right?
yeah, Full Gear.
And I wholeheartedly tell you guys, I have not cared about Full Gear since 2021. I literally,
this is therapy. This isn't a podcast anymore.
Literally,
this is
this
wrestling
is-
therapy.
honestly,
My head is paining me.
honestly, Natalie, let me tell you, when
Wait,
I
you
started,
want paracetamol first?
I need.
I'll be taking paracetamol for 20 cons headache.
I need cocodamol at this point because
Ooh.
my eyes are blurring.
What?
Let me tell you what Full Gear 2021.
Explain
was,
to her.
It was Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega.
Ooh.
Even when I think about that,
think
this
I
is when
watched that.
this is when I started. Like I was slowly getting back into wrestling, and I was just like, oh, there's a new competition. There's AEW. What is it about AEW that everybody likes so much? This is AEW's golden years. This is the golden years. And AEW, yeah, you know what makes me laugh about AEW? They were so dead set on being that brand where we didn't have to rely on certain people in order for us to be the better brand. Because, you know, WWE has that criticism where they need to rely on legends. They need to rely on people like Roman
please.
and Cody Rhodes. AEW is become that brand.
No, but it
because
always happens.
let me know. Because if the Young Bucks are not involved, that tag team division is pants. If Kenny Omega is not in the title scene, that title scene is pants. Now, 2021 for me was the time where AEW was the brand. Miles ahead of WWE. I do not care. I was not watching WWE. I was watching AEW every week. It was at Fight TV. I was at the time. I was subscribed every week, paying about $7.99 to watch AEW live. When it was Hangman Adam Page getting the title from Kenneth Omega.
Kenneth.
When Hangman Adam Page came in the horse with the Dark Order. Oh my God, I was invested. That is when AEW was popping. And it wasn't even just the title scene, the tag team scene was popping, the Lucha Bros was popping. At this time, Private Party and Acclaimed weren't really weren't really there, but it was Lucha Bros, it was the Young Bucks, it was Dark Order, it was everybody, it was all of them. The women's division popping as well. Thunder Rosa. Say what you want there. Britt Baker back then as a personality was great.
No,
right now,
early Britt Baker, yes.
Right now, she's just...
early Britt Baker, I rated.
But, what's it called? Britt Baker. Thunder Rosa.
Shida.
Hikaru Shida. Even Serena Deeb was popping because
Yeah.
they had their trilogy, like one of the best women's trilogies, one of the most underrated women's trilogies. Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Every division was popping and
It all
and
made
just
sense.
MJF, like there was an establishment of the four pillars. There was MJF, there was even Sammy Guevara. I'm sorry, I don't like that guy, but even then Sammy Guevara was popping. Inner Circle was popping. It was popping. AEW was popping in. But then after that, Full Gear 2022, it was all right. It was what, Moxley versus MJF?
I think so, yeah.
I think.
Maybe. I don't remember all the matches, to be fair.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But that again, it was all right. It was all right. Ask me now. Ask me now. I could not give a toss about Full Gear.
No, after that rant, I'm not going to ask you.
Honestly, I could not give a toss about Full Gear.
Just looking at the card, absolutely.
I mean, I think the only one I would be interested in is Mercedes versus Chris.
And even then, I'm questioning Mercedes' intent on this women's division because even she's not at the top of the women's division.
No.
She is their biggest asset.
She hasn't been, to be fair.
She is their biggest asset, and I
don't know what the payout is.
I don't know what the TBS's payout for you. That's
well,
what you're celebrating.
That's why when I was texting you guys, you guys were saying that Mercedes. I asked what was going on with Mercedes because I, for some reason, assumed she was gonna battle Mariah May.
No, I feel like it's very much known that Toni Storm, she will come back. She will face Mariah May.
Okay.
The match is gonna happen. Maybe Mercedes will do it afterwards, but I just know that Toni Storm is gonna come back.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. And the fact that this is gonna sound so bad, but the fact that Mariah May is still a champion.
My thing is though, I feel like her reign could have been better if they actually made it prominent. And they haven't been. Like she at most she's been champion since August. She's had 2 pay-per-view matches.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to remember when she won it. We saw her win it.
Yeah,
didn't we
saw her win it in her hometown in Wembley. Do you know how big that is? Like that is insane.
And instead, she's no offense to Collision. Collision is a decent show, but the DQ match could have happened on Full Gear. It didn't need to happen on Collision.
Because now when we look at the Full Gear card, and I really ask myself what matches are on this Full Gear card.
Okay, what's the card? Run the card with me.
You've got
got Chris Statlander
versus Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
MJF versus Roderick Strong.
I think Jay White is gonna go.
Why the hell is Roderick Strong still
let me run down the card and then we'll talk about it. Adam Page versus Jay White.
That might be good.
That's fantastic.
Private Party. House of Black. Outrunners. And somebody else, but I've forgotten who it is.
So you got Private Party, you got Outrunners, you got the Kings of the Black Throne, and you got the Acclaimed.
Yeah, for the not FTR. Sorry, the Tag Team Championship. Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia. John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy.
And then Swerve versus Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Oh, also Will Ospreay and
Will Ospreay versus Carl Fletcher. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Which I personally think, okay.
Look,
I think
Will Ospreay versus Carlton.
I understand. It's Will Ospreay. You kind of need them. See what I mean? Depending on people.
I'm banking on Jay White and Adam Page to be a very good match.
No, it is. It's gonna be their third match.
This should MJF and Roderick Strong
Why are they there?
Have been on Collision.
The only reason that they're on the main card is because it's MJF. That's it.
And because of AEW's, oh my God, this undisputed extra 4 business yet. There is no denying that AEW has they love the undisputed era. They love them. They love them to bits. They love them to dearest. Those are their babies, yeah? Why is Roderick Strong a thing in 2024 without his brotherly counterparts? Why? Ask me this question. Answer me this question, please. I'm even giving you. I'm giving you 2 marks. 2. I'm giving you.
That's rude.
Because literally, it's such an insignificant thing to.
I don't mind Roderick Strong as a wrestler. I think he's a pretty alright wrestler. He's a pretty great wrestler. He's good in the ring. Do I need him on the main pay per view? No. Why is he fighting? I actually don't remember.
MJF
on behalf of Adam Cole, but Adam Cole's been fighting like 3 people for 3 weeks. He couldn't fight MJF himself. I don't get it. Unless that's maybe because I didn't watch Dynamite last week. I didn't. Oh, I hold my hands up. But I don't see why he has to do it himself. Like you can't do it yourself, bro. Do it. Also,
do you see the distaste on my
get
face?
rid of your tan. Get rid of your tan. It's shit.
Get rid of your.
That was personal.
No, he looks like The Simpsons every week. It's pissing me off.
That was personal.
Roderick Strong on a 4-gear card.
Get rid of that. Okay, get rid of that match.
How long do we think the match will go for?
Oh, if it goes more than 1 minute.
That match is going for a good 13 minutes.
Do it.
It's going to be a while.
Also, speaking of match timings, did you know that the women have never had more
than 20 minutes?
Yeah,
yes,
they've never had a 20-minute match.
Yeah, I did know that. The longest is 18.
Yeah.
You know, like, they wouldn't... God rid the day that women have a 60-minute time limit.
God! What?
The day that they have that.
5 years your company has been running and you're saying you're better than the other company, but you still can't give the women a 20-minute match.
I know.
Interesting.
And actually, I can name people who could easily be in a 20-minute. So actually,
All of them could be in a 20-minute match.
All of them can, but if you really wanted to, you would do it for
Mercedes
this match.
Mercedes and
versus Chris. You would do it for this match right now.
Mercedes, you know what? I don't really. You know what? Tony Storm, I've grown to tolerate you. Tony Storm and Mercedes could easily have a 60-minute time.
Oh yeah, they can do an Iron Woman match for sure.
Yeah, full count.
You see, this is what happens when you have 8 to 10 matches on your card. You don't give it to people who deserve time. I rest my case. Anyways,
I'm kind of scared of Chidera today.
I'm pissed
I
off.
love it.
I'm pissed off.
I love it.
No, I love it, but I'm a bit like
Wrestling has been pissing me off for like 5 months.
It's actually the state of it. The absolute state of ya.
Oh,
It's just
disgusting.
like, honestly, like, you can never make me hate Jay White and Adam Page. Like, I love those two to death.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm convinced I'm only watching this pay-per-view for like at least 3 matches.
but the fact that Jay White hasn't been a champion.
I'm insulted.
Yeah, no, this whole time.
I myself am insulted.
Here's me, because I remember there was a time, that Jay White, this is another time in wrestling that I was actually excited. When Jay White became, free agent from New Japan.
Yeah.
There was really a thing like where Jay White was such a name.
Where's he
like,
going?
Where is he going?
Yeah.
Is he going to go to the E? Is he going to show up at the Royal Rumble? Or is he going to end up at AEW? I was fighting for my life saying that Jay White should go to AEW because AEW is what Jay White needs.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no. AEW is what
he needed.
Yeah.
No, Jay White is what AEW
needed. Yeah.
He needed.
And where's he
we
now?
We were going through a time where all sort of like, there wasn't really like a kind of like insidiously evil champion, apart from Kenny Omega.
No,
when
MJF was
evil.
evil.
MJF, but there was like a different type of like
he was
evil.
cocky evil.
Like, it was cocky evil. Like, this was just
there's cocky evil, and then there's literally like pure evil.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Jay White, forgive me, but sometimes when I look at you and you have your hair growing out, it gives me Rasputin vibes. That's pure evil. So that's what we needed.
That. It gives me somebody who's just like, I've been in like the way he was running, the way he was
Think
running.
about Anastasia. That's the Rasputin that we needed.
The way he was
darts. You know the ones with the like.
Just Dance, man, my best score
God.
ever.
Anyways, carry on.
The way he was running Bullet Club in New Japan, it was just pure like.
That's how you run. That's how you run Bullet Club. And look at Bullet Club now. Anyways.
Ugh. Well, because you know what? Bullet Club has been AEW's like little pet dream. They desperately wanted to acquire it. And then once they got it, they didn't know what to do with it.
And
they barely got it.
This is what I'm talking about with the Undisputed Extras. That is their little.
No, it's true. It's like they take what was done in previous organizations, being like, we've got this hot commodity now, and they try to extend it in a way, but the payoff is just completely.
Mind you, one of the Undisputed Extras aren't even there.
I know.
Bobby Fish is not even there.
He was
there. He said bye.
He said bye.
He said I'm crying.
He said I'm crying. This ain't for me.
Yeah.
Like. But they still wanted to have that. Like, look, we've got the Undisputed Extras. I don't know why I call them that. Do you know what?
Yeah. It's because you don't like most
it's
of them.
Because you don't like
because you know what? It's Adam Cole and the Extras. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is such a shame because, like, in NXT,
that was
one of my most favorite eras. Like, I was consistently watching NXT because of the Undisputed era.
Same.
Like, it's wild. I used to stay up for
anyway.
It's just a shame, but
and so is the Full Gear pay-per-view card.
Essentially,
it's a shame.
Consensus, wrestling, don't bang.
I'll be there for Adam Page and Jay White. I'll be there for Swerve and Bobby Lashley. I'm kind of intrigued for that.
Yeah, just throw all the blacks together. That's literally my take into it. Let's just throw.
What did I say about Naomi, Bianca and Jade? What did I say?
No. That's black celebration.
I'm screaming.
Okay?
How is that different?
That is black empowerment.
Is it because it's women?
Female empowerment.
It's because it's women.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's because it's women.
Absolutely no. I draw the line there.
At women.
At women. Okay? I draw the line on black women because that is representation at its finest. AEW, let's just throw all the black people together and we'll let them all fight each other. That's it.
It's true, because every time MVP is looking for someone, they just happen to be black.
Because where did we get from? How did we get from establishing, again, going back to the hot commodity that is now the Hurt Syndicate, to them having beef with...
Is that their name?
Yeah.
That's their name.
It's actually, I don't mind it.
I don't mind
it. I can't lie.
I didn't even know.
I like it better than the Hurt Business.
What's the music? What does the music
I-
sound
I-
like?
I don't think they have one right now. They have individual ones. So yeah.
Let's-
Or unless I haven't been listening, which is probably true.
I'd be very curious about trumpets.
And then I think that they're going based on the story. Like Swerve is. Where
He
did
ju-
Swerve
he-
come into it?
He's just said, yeah, I just don't want to be a part of you guys.
So I would just still be a part of you guys.
And then they were like, if you're not with us, then you're against us. And then they started beefing.
okay, well, woo, the Bloods versus the Crips.
Say black on blacks.
The black on black crime.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it on.
And
Let's
then
do it.
They were like, Ricochet, you should come and join us. And I was just like,
oh, it's no longer black on black crime then.
okay. And then Leo Rush apparently wants to join them as well.
Oh, then apparently it's black on black crime.
Let's just do the wrong
Well,
thing.
they just.
I
Oh my
wouldn't be
God.
surprised if they go to the Acclaim. They said, let's get some light skinned brothers in there.
Let's do it. Private party.
Get you in there
Let's
as well.
get you in there as well.
I think they gave them their card as well.
What's it called? Ricky Starks is going to make his return.
Ricky Starks, get in there. Powerhouse Hobbs, you can get in there too.
No, but
Oh
Powerhouse
my
Hub makes
God.
sense.
Speaking of Powerhouse Hobbs, that t-shirt is atrocious. If you don't know, yeah, the t-shirt says big, black, and jacked. And there's no way you agree to that. There's no way you agree to that.
When I tweeted that, do you know people were at me saying it's been a thing before, and I'm like, it shouldn't have been a thing in the first place.
Like, what are we doing?
Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Like, it's giving a particular type of category.
Wink, wink,
It's
nudge,
giving,
nudge.
It's giving that kind of categorization right there.
Yeah.
And you know what?
It's
Like-
giving, if you know what BBC actually means.
I was gonna say, so what? BBJ for BBC.
I didn't say it.
I'll say it.
Nah,
What is that? What that's what they're trying to do. I'll say it. Wow, BBJ. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, God.
Wrestling don't bang. It seems.
Wrestling
Wrestling
don't
don't
bang.
bang. Wrestling don't bang.
Like, it's going through a bit of a filler moment right now. I think what happens is
Wrestling
that
don't bag brackets currently.
currently, yeah, you have to put the currently
Yeah.
because literally,
Before
like,
the trolls start coming.
literally, honestly, it's like I think their steam has just run. I feel like it's just I'm even losing words. I'm losing recipes. I can't speak. I can't speak on what is going on. Like, it's just honestly.
It's okay.
I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, look, it's the end of the year. Everybody wants to go home to their families, and they just want to celebrate Christmas
And Thanksgiving.
and Thanksgiving. You
Oh
know,
yeah, next week.
you know that Thanksgiving turkey is going to slow them down even more.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you might as well slow down now.
Even just cut off after full gear. Just say
Literally,
we're just gonna finish
they're
now.
just going to come back in the new year.
New, what's that thing? New Year Bash, New Year, whatever it is, the pay per view.
Oh, not a clue. Not a clue in the
Which
world.
brand?
AEW.
Oh, no.
Not a clue
The
in
one
the
where
world.
TK came off the wall. Yeah.
Oh my God! What a dark time. What a dark, bloody time, man. Wrestling just don't bang. It don't bang.
Speaking of things not banging, Mariah May versus Anna Jay. Let's get in.
To the tussle.
Get into the motherfucking tussle.
I would say this is the favorite part of the show, but
Yeah, let's get into the tussle. So, Mariah May versus Anna Jay. No DQ for the Women's Championship AEW Collision.
Okay, so initially I was positive, but that's because I was watching it very, very late at night. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is okay. And then I remembered it was on Collision. And then I was like, oh, this is a women's titles match.
It's
It's
the
on Collision.
women's titles match. Bearing in mind the TBS Championship is on Full Gear. The
Yeah.
women's title is on AEW Collision. Let that sink in.
oh, that's also adds that the women's champion is gonna go to Full Gear just to do a champagne celebration with her best friend Mina. That's what she's gonna do.
Oh, damn. Damn.
So, you know, yeah. Let's yeah.
How AEW have... Oh, God.
You don't make any sense. You don't make any sense.
AEW... I'm sorry, but they've really turned this women's division into an innuendo fest. They're just going to be shaking their tits into kissing each other. That's it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even trying to be like any type of thing. That is exactly what they're going to do. Like, That's it.
Okay, let's get into the match.
Initially, the match, okay. I did like the fact that they came out both with personalities. I do like the fact that people are now coming out with weapons and like I think they should do that more often.
I like that.
And gear, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's appropriate.
Anna Jay was like, fuck around and find out.
Except for Anna Jay. I don't know why you weren't just wearing like trousers.
Oh,
bro. Like,
okay.
Yeah, her ring gear wasn't doing it for me in terms of like
a new
if you're doing a new DQ match, like
come appropriate,
like come in some like I remember this conversation. Come in some jeans, come in some a tank top, come in like you're ready to rip the streets apart.
I'm sure I'll talk about it on another episode and stuff, but actually, women's ring gear for me recently hasn't been.
Oh,
they're all looking.
Let's talk about this. After.
Yeah, we'll talk about another thing, but they're all. It's like no one has personalities anymore. Anyway, moving on to the match. I did like the dramatic bell segment of Anna Jay throwing the bell at Mariah May and Mariah falling into Tony's arms.
Oh, you mean the monitor?
Like
oh, was it the monitor?
It was a
I
monitor.
thought it was the bell.
No, it was a monitor.
Oh, it's not as fun anymore. Okay, scratch that.
I did like the fact that Anna Jay went straight into it, drop kick off the apron.
Yeah,
immediate.
Yeah,
let's go.
Throwing her into the ladder as well. But actually, I did think about it a little bit where, you know, a match with weapons, a DQ match, whatever it is, hardcore, whatever, doesn't always. You can still make it look brutal without blood.
Yeah.
And so I think, you know, they did show brute side to each other, and you know, I think it was done well on that. Do I think it was an amazing match? No, I think they both could have actually done a bit better. And maybe if they had given this to them on the pay-per-view, they could have actually gone full out a lot more rather than what the small time they had to do on Collision. Yeah.
It felt very small to me. Like, and I don't know if it's just because it was on Collision, but it just like watching it, it's just like I was like, bro, I don't care.
Like if you had told me that if this was a match where you said the women's championship is not on the line, I would have just been like,
yeah, I'm not actually gonna lie.
It didn't feel like it was a championship match.
No, that's what I'm saying, because when we first, because it happened whilst I was away, so when you guys were like, oh, we should review this, I thought it was just a normal match that was DQ. I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't know it was until
they said it.
Until they said it, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, there was no gravitas.
There was no.
It felt like there was no stakes.
Yeah.
There was nothing else. Well, to be fair, the stake was that if Anna, which I have my thoughts on this.
But there is a stake, but it felt like there was no stakes.
Yeah, there was no stakes.
Because of the way that they were wrestling.
Yeah.
Just to explain that the stake was that if Anna Jay loses this match, she can never compete for the championship ever again.
Wait, whilst Mariah May championship.
No,
or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh, and they did that on Collision.
Which I always have my thoughts about this kind of.
It's giving Cody Rhodes.
I don't like those stipulations.
I hate it. It doesn't make any sense.
It's giving Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Now, for me, my idea, when you're gonna have a stipulation like this, make it like there's a period in which you do.
I thought it was specific. Like, if as long as Mariah is champion, she can't.
Probably when it maybe is as long as Mariah is champion, she can't. But even there, they didn't explain it. There was no sort of layered element to it. There was no explanation.
Like that. And then suddenly when they are suddenly allowed to do it, there's no explanation as to why they're suddenly allowed.
This is what I kind of think. Like, we need to start modernizing. If we're gonna do a stake / stipulation like this, start modernizing it. For me personally, if you're gonna do something like this, say you're on a 100-day ban. Now this gives us reason to be more invested in Anna Jay.
Yeah.
Because then she could go for the next 100 days or for how many shows that are in those 100 days. She's on week to week proving herself. I'm going to make sure I get that championship match. That also gives longevity to Mariah May's championship, because she could be watching from the sidelines and saying, oh, you know, this girl, she's trying. Like, I'm going to forget about her. I beat her, whatever. But then Anna Jay's working her ass off to be like, yeah, I'm going to get another championship run. And she goes on a run of an epic run where she has her highs, she has her downs, but she's still fighting for that championship. And then it gives Mariah May something to focus on, something for a bit, and then something Anna Jay does in those 100 days catches her eye, and she's like, okay, I'm going to focus on you a bit. I'm going to keep my eye on you. Yeah. It keeps us invested, and it keeps us interested, and it gives Anna Jay something to work towards. Yeah. Now, even then, if you want to add a layer to it, go on when they have their name on the screen.
Yeah.
Do a countdown of how many days. Like 100, like 90, what's it called? 62 days and for 62.
Yeah, keep them
23
invested.
hours and even down to the second until she can
Vie for a championship.
Yeah.
vie for the championship. Keep us invested. If you're gonna tell me that, I'm not gonna care. Like now, Anna Jay for me, that's the problem with Anna Jay. Anna Jay, I'm beginning to see the potential she has in terms of being a hardcore wrestler. Yeah, she's been in some of the more high profile hardcore wrestling matches in AEW.
Yeah.
She's really good at it. She's good. Like some of you can easily see the goodness that she was doing in this match. But there is again nothing. There's nothing for me to be invested for in her. Like let's say what's it called? We want to come next All In. What's going to keep me invested in Anna Jay? Because she's not just some talent. She's actually a good wrestler. And as people, we've seen her grow. We've seen her develop. Anna Jay used to be one, just like, what, Dark Order?
Even before that, wasn't she doing like a magician kind of thing?
Exactly.
And I was
Yeah, she didn't come with that top hat today.
yeah.
And do you know what? And that was another point. I feel like for her, there's no established gimmick. There's nothing for me to be
I
invested
thought when
for
she
her.
was in Stardom, she would have developed like a character for herself. But it feels like she's reverted back to the original character that she has. But
Yeah.
it didn't work the first time. Why would you think it's working again?
Why do you think, like, there is something
Could that be her choice though?
Well, no. Do you know what? Revoke choices.
Sorry, I feel
in
like
wrestling.
wrestlers do these things for themselves. Like even Tony Storm's characters, because she did that out of her own
Yeah.
volition. Like the characters, they come from the wrestlers. It's not just. Sometimes it is. Oh, up above will tell you what to do, but if they're gonna tell you what to do, at least put some spirit into it.
Thank you very much. And honestly, like I said, Anna Jay in this match, the ingredients are there. It's just the cooking time is too low right now. Like she's still raw. She's still too, like, it's uncooked. It's not like it's seasoned. Don't get me wrong.
But it's undercooked.
It's undercooked. It's still.
Yeah.
It's like this is. We need to crank it up a bit.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like I said, that kind of stipulation kind of just ruined it for me, for her. And I think again, this is a time to start modernizing it and start adding your own, flavorings to it.
Flavorings, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, Mariah May obviously developed character. The fact that you, Anna Jay, have been in this company for how long, and the Mariah Ray has just come with a developed character.
She's only been here for a year.
Sometimes it just happens.
I remember when Mariah May was fighting Harley Hudson in Self Pro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do you know
I
what
get
I
what
mean?
you're saying.
Like, for her to come now be AEW
In
champion,
a year.
Yeah.
AEW women's champion. You, Anna Jay, have been here. You're probably one of the originals in
Cheers.
AEW,
Yeah.
and you haven't held a championship. You haven't had established character. There's not even an established storyline for you. The only thing that we remember is you've got a big ass. Remember when she came on TV and she's
Oh my
like,
God, yeah.
I got a fat ass. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
I have seen that
So do
clip.
I. What's your point?
like, that's what's
It's not really original, is
like,
it?
it's not really original. Like, how
Nikita Lyons does the same thing. Like, what's your
literally,
point?
Like, we're losing recipes. Anna Jay, you need to, and I've always said this about people used to kind of like get on to me, and I said, Anna Jay, you need to buck up speed. Like, you need to,
You know what your parents say? Buckle down, yeah?
yeah,
Buckle
buckle
down.
up, like,
Buckle
Buckle up,
down.
bro.
Facial books.
Facial books, bro.
Facial books.
like,
Go learn something.
go and.
You know.
Because you've got it. Like, I'm sorry, like, the shining person in this match was Anna Jay.
Yeah.
She was pulling out moves. It's just,
Oh, before we get into how we feel about the match, Rock and Sock, probably the best spot of the night was the superplex on the guardrail being held up by the chairs.
that was the match.
That
That was the best spot.
That was the spot of the night.
Speaking of like things in I feel I don't like when people don't know how to use tables or weapons properly. Or,
I feel you.
Or they take time to put them in a certain
Yeah,
position.
I know.
It pisses me off. When Anna Jay was trying to push this table around, yeah, she was jarring my head. Girl, fix up. Put it somewhere and put someone down, okay? It's actually okay. You're pissing me off now. It's taking too long. I don't like it. It annoys me.
I mean, innovation. Innovation.
There
is
was
key.
no innovation.
That
There
though.
was
wasn't
really
innovation.
my problem with this match. Yeah, it was too poised and pristine. Let me land. It was too 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
I can
1,
see
2,
that. I
3.
can see that.
It was too. Like, it was like, for the people who are listening, it was, I'm doing hand motions in the sense that I'm putting one box to the, like, it was too pristine and poised. Like, it was too.
It felt robotic.
It felt robotic.
Yeah.
It felt very choreographed. It felt like, oh, guys, I'm trying to remember the choreography of this dance, and it really shows that I don't know it rather than I'm feeling it. These two had no chemistry in my eyes.
It really actually lacked emotion,
It
especially now that I know that the stipulation was that Anna Jay, this is the last time that you can challenge for this. They should have had more emotion.
Bro, you know what's even crazier? This is the third match they've had. Because I swear it was like I don't know what the word is when you have 3 matches. A rubber match. It's like, this is their last match. How can you have 3 matches and no chemistry? It's like you don't have to work together. But you've worked together 2 other times. Are we okay?
Okay, moving on. This is it a rock or sock?
Before we get into that, like, there's just some other bits that I just sort of want to
go
kind
on.
of like. There's just a lot of things that I just felt that that just didn't like. It, like, I think we kind of know what the kind of, for me personally, what my rating is gonna be here, because like, I just felt like this match was just. Again, there was nothing at stake here. There was nothing. There was no emotion. There was no rawness to it. Again, and Anna Jay did come across as the shining star for me in terms of moveset, but in terms of all-rounder, Mariah May was the person. And Mariah May sort of did carry on this match. And it did kind of show why she is the women's champion right now.
Yeah.
She has, out of probably everyone in AEW right now, the most personality, the one that has a story on the back of it. Everybody just seems to be randomly placed together. Whatever they're trying to force Mercedes to do with this whole Camille and thing situation, it's not bloody working. Like, Mercedes, like, okay, it's time now. Drop the title. Start entering that thing. My theory is that she's going to be a double champion, whether people like it or not. Mercedes,
I can see it.
She's going to do it.
She better
She's
get
gonna
some
do
character.
Another
gonna do that.
another thing that was the shining star was the ladder. The ladder was the one getting the most action. The ladder was the ladder. All it did was stand there, and it got the most impact.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No.
Like,
No,
there was.
you're not lying.
Speaking of the ladder, yeah, you see a gory bomb. I love a gory bomb. But speaking of Mercedes, she should just do a gory bomb.
Oh, you
Like,
think?
I hate her moneymaker. Just turn it into, just do a gory bomb. It's actually okay. But back to the match here. For me, I feel like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not that the match sucked. It just, like, the match itself is good, but it's all right. But because it was kind of a nothing match, it sucked.
Yeah. And just because you have that many weapons inside the bloody ring doesn't mean they all need to be there.
Do you get?
No, that's so true. That is so true.
It doesn't, like, first of all, like, the only plus that I had for this match was, thank God there was no thumbtacks. Thank the Lord, for the first time in AEW history we had a
Well,
hardcore
that's what I'm
match
saying.
with no
You
thumbtacks.
don't have to have your hardcore matches can be brutal without blood, without like significant. I don't need to see holes in the body
Exactly.
and stuff. But now saying that and sort of hearing what you guys are saying and thinking back to the match and stuff, the brutality also kind of lacked emotion.
The brutality was very poised. It was very pristine. It was
Yeah.
like, it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw you through a table and call it a day. Like, I'm just gonna throw you through this ladder. Like, okay.
Again, there's just nothing there for me to be
Nothing.
like, oh yeah, I'm interested. Even like the Queen Slayer move and with the barbed wire. It felt like nothing.
I didn't care for that. I
Do you
thought
know
that was
what?
useless.
I liked the ingenuity of
Yeah.
the move,
Yeah.
but
It didn't do
when
much.
she applied it, it was just like,
No,
okay.
it didn't do
didn't.
much.
I think the Queen Slayer as a move in general is boring. Great name, boring as hell. For you to add that, for me, that was an action layer that I did particularly enjoy.
I like
That's
the
just me.
ingenuity of it. Yeah.
Like, literally, but even then, the selling of it was just not great.
It's
Like, it was just boring. At the end of the day, Queen Slayer is a boring move, and
It's just I don't like sleeper holds.
I don't like any, like, if you're gonna be a submission, if there's there's too many submission moves out there
For you to just do
for
that.
you to be doing that.
Yeah.
There's like, come on, like the sharpshooter is iconic for a reason.
And I don't feel the name fits the move as well. Like
The Queen Slayer.
Yeah.
Like if you're
Queen
gonna,
Slayer feels like a badass
it feels
name.
like a slay.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you should be doing something impactful. Like how Mariah May won this match is worthy enough to be called a Queen Slayer move.
No,
But at that level of what that match is, not in the whole of wrestling. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you need that kind of impact. Am I not selling it here?
No.
Are you not buying it?
I'm not.
I think
buying
it was the hairspray
Case
thing.
closed.
Yeah, I'm.
Don't
I'm not
piss me off!
She won via hairspray and then
Yeah.
what's the movie? The Storm Driver.
Yeah,
Oh, like Storm Zero.
Storm Zero. Yeah.
but anyway,
This is the type of shenanigans. When I say I want shenanigans in wrestling, yeah, that is not what I'm talking about.
no.
That is not. Where did the camera
No,
come?
she no. I promise you, I was watching the match. She was holding something in her pocket the whole time.
Lame.
That big ass spot of hairspray.
No, it was very small.
Are you
Lame.
sure? Okay.
She managed to fit in her cargo pants.
Lame. Next.
I saw her grab it and put it in her pocket. I said, right, okay.
Tomato.
I thought it was the thing, like a knuckle thing.
Hairspray. Do you expect me to believe, yeah? Do you expect me to believe that you two, Anna Jay and Mariah May, you two who come to the ring looking the way that you are looking, yeah? Hairspray in your eyes is gonna lead to a diabolical ending. Let's be fucking for real.
I don't know. I've never had hairspray in my eye.
Girl, please, with your got to be every day, you're telling me that's gonna take it out of you.
Mine is actually.
There's women out there putting Gorilla Glue on their hair and they're still surviving. A little bit of hairspray. Look at them. Those two came to this match like it was a bloody fashion show. Let's be goddamn for real. They were not like Mariah May almost dressed up as if she was coming to a hardcore match. At least she dressed appropriately. Anna Jay, you came in, girl, with your balayage of highlights, yeah, or whatever they call it.
Did you say belly arch?
I don't know
Said balayage.
What is it called? Balayage?
Balayage.
Well, how do you say it? How do you say it?
I don't know the words.
You came here with your highlights and your flowing hair, and you're telling me a bit of hairspray is the one that's incapacitated you. Be fucking for real. Anyway, ask the question. Somebody.
It sounds like it sucks. It sounds like it sucks. It sucks.
Somebody asked the question before I lose my mind.
Did this match rock or suck?
It sucked.
It
Clearly.
sucked. It
Clearly.
really sucked.
And that, guys, is the end of the show. I
Yeah.
hope you had a good time. We're all pissed off right now.
No, I'm feeling quite swell, but
Nightly swell.
Do you know what?
I've been annoyed for 5 months.
Yeah.
Do you know what? We should have more episodes like this. I feel like a
Well,
bit of
therapy.
Do you feel rejuvenated?
I feel rejuvenated.
Wrestling therapy.
I feel like we should have oh my god, we should do that. We should do wrestling therapy for therapists and wrestling.
how much are we charging?
You know, I'm charging.
£500 an hour.
You know what? Please, yes.
Yeah.
Please, give me money.
And this episode was brought to you by I don't give a fuckism.
Yep.
I couldn't give a toss.
You couldn't pay me to give a toss. Literally, I'd rather watch paint dry than watch wrestling right now.
I am happy to be here.
Yeah. And that's it.
Hopefully Survivor Series will be good.
Hopefully we come back, hopefully I'm hoping that maybe that because our expectations are so low to the ground, like
My expectations are in hell.
literally, that I'm hoping that maybe after Survivor Series we come back and then there's a refreshing.
Maybe I'll.
Let's be honest, they're not going to be refreshed until January.
Maybe
so-
after Survivor Series, I'll reach the surface.
Literally. Maybe. Like
Surface
maybe
level.
something needs to happen in order for us to just
Look, we need to fix up.
I
want to go to
feel-
WrestleMania.
I want to feel good again, man.
I want to feel good. I want make wrestling great again.
Ah!
And with that, we'll call it a day.
Make it great again. I've been your host, AJ Hold It Down.
I've been Chidz, the head baddie in charge.
And I've been Natalie, very thankful to be here.
And thank you for listening. Please follow us on everything. Twitter. Not calling it X.
We're here on all your socials.
Maybe we might make a blue sky. I don't know.
I've been thinking about it. We should discuss it. We should discuss that.
If you see a blue sky, it was discussed.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, peace.
Deuces.